Hang time, Ruben the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge to the game like it's credit, Your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face and get it, hold up, ooh, that's dead. Need a minute, need a play to revive, let's get a shot pressing. They say what I say, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss often. No look, I had to boss up, get the post.
Salt Lake City, Utah, fully illuminated. And before doing it all, DA, thanks. And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the 3. And for the Jazz, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. Conley's shot is off. On offense, here are the Suns. Last time they met was in Utah where they beat the Jazz.
And the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
They wreaked havoc on the defensive end and really held the pace of the game in their favor for the entire game.
We see these two teams dealing with injuries right now, Steve. How much do you think that's going to change things tonight here?
I think it's going to change a lot. I think the style of play, you'll see more guys off the bench get more minutes. And I think it's going to come down to if they can control the pace and also if they can make shots, some of these other guys.
Bridges misses. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. Here's O'Neal. The putback. Booker pulls it in. And it's Phoenix's ball. The drive by Rubio. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there. Kicks it out to Rubio. And the 3 ball is good.
Interesting play call. Working Rubio off ball for the jumper, giving the defense a little different look.
Booker outside. Over Mitchell. No good from Booker.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Pass to O'Neal. And the layup's good off the glass. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Rubio kicks to Bridges. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
Mitchell looking it over. Six to shoot. Gobert. Ingles controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Right there, it's who wants the basketball the most, and it's Joe Ingles creating the extra possession.
It's stolen by Gobert. And now Utah, fast break. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Suns trail by 3. Rubio outside. Out to the wing.
2 minutes.
Bridges kicks to Rubio. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Clock at 4. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Booker. It's a hand on it. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. It's Gobert with the ball for the Jazz. O'Neal passes to Gobert. Outside Conley. Nice ball movement by Utah. Ingles can't get it to go. So for Phoenix, their last game, a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
You know, they take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and exercise in frustration.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul. And the Jazz with some changes. Clarkson, he's checked in for Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Phoenix also making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. And it's Saric in for Johnson. Davis is checked in for the Jazz. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. Kaminsky finds Carter. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Jazz leading by 3. Gobert the pass to Moutier. Clarkson with the ball. Back to Moutier. Passes it to Clarkson. Over Saric. Here's Gobert. He dishes it to Davis. He kicks to Moutier. Up again. Davis on the foul.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Here's Jerome, defended by Moutier. Shoots a fader. That shot no good. And here's Clarkson. And so the first quarter is in the books. Jazz out in front, finishing the quarter on a try. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley, said it.
He was one of my favorite players growing up.
You know, Conley, maybe not the size of Peyton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from what we've seen from the Jazz so far, what's your take?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
Clarkson is out there with Emmanuel Moutier. And it's Rudy Gobert. And there's Davis. And it's Niang in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Gobert, Moutier, the tip in on the offensive rebound.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Steve, compare it now to when you were playing. Did the teams go deeper into their benches than they used to?
Yeah, they do. I think because of this load management, resting players. So you see a lot of guys play a lot. And also what they've done right now with the G League, being able to bring guys up. They use those guys, and I think it helps a lot, even not on games, but in practice. You'll see more guys are involved in giving guys rest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Carter kicks to Baines. Back to Carter. Pocket 6. Saric in the corner. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Utah. And the Suns also making a change. Bridges checks in. Now, here's Moutier. He's guarded close. Yes, that goes in. Moutier's got the lead up to 6 now for Utah.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Here's Jerome, defended by Moutier. Now, Bridges. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Unlikely scenario. Joe Ingles times it perfectly, comes up with the rare rejection. When Gordon Hayward left the Jazz 3 summers ago, some expected a rebuild. Instead, they hit gold with Donovan Mitchell and kept on trucking.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. O'Neal's checked in for George Niang. Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Emmanuel Moutier. On the wing, Ingles. Jazz passing it around. Conley against Rubio. Conley gets the bucket. And the heartbreak over losing Hayward. Short-lived, but the Jazz still needed to learn from it.
Very important that the Jazz retain the stars they developed. I think there were some lessons learned along the way.
And Baines kicks to Rubio. Pass to Bridges. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Ayton, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Break for the Phoenix Suns with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought. There is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
Rubio outside. Over Conley. Ayton trying to break free. Second chance shot. And he drops that one in. Ayton's got his first 2 points.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to match. And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Conley against Rubio. Booker outside. The feed to Saric. Rebounded by the Jazz. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. And Utah making a change here. Gobert's checked in. And for the Suns, Kaminsky comes in for Saric. And it's Johnson in for Mikal Bridges. Mitchell's shot is good.
Because he's so good at putting the ball on the floor and making plays, the three is going to be available to Donovan Mitchell.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the first half. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. George Niang, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. 44 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Conley, the pass to Gobert. Good on the shot. And now a 12-point Jazz lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Rubio against Conley. Booker in the corner. Johnson outside. 5 to shoot. Back to Booker. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. "12 seconds left in the first half. The pass to O'Neal. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. From deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Utah Jazz. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was... And that'll...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Michael Conley, what a contribution.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Bridges, and it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. He had stolen by Ingles. And here's the fast break. Here's O'Neal. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there by Johnson. Suns trail by 12. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Jazz. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Ayton kicks to Bridges. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Stolen by Conley.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
O'Neal dishes to Ingles. Here's Mitchell. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. And a good time now to show you the centers and power forwards from around the NBA that have had the softest touch here in the second half of the season. Rudy Gobert, number one.
He is an unyielding presence in the low post. I mean, he gets so many good looks because he works so hard to get that great position down low. And when he does, boy, he is impossible to move.
Booker, the bounce pass. Here's Ayton. Pass to Bridges. And Phoenix turns it over again.
And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Suns. Here's Mitchell. Utah gets it back. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
He has a standing reach of 9'7". Gobert making that play look routine.
And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Bridges. Booker against Mitchell. Feeds to Ingles, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
And a quick look at the numbers for Devin Booker. Averaging around 26 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's versatile. He's prolific. There really isn't much a defense can do once he catches fire.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Pass to Ingles. Back to Davis. The dish now to Clarkson. Davis, the pass to Ingles. 4 on the clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Ingles has got his third basket of the night right there.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Jazz with some changes. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mitchell. Outside Carter. No good that time. So Utah will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Steve, the player tracking data is kind of an interesting thing. It's a big part of scouting now. In fact, AI can accumulate that right from the TV feed, which to me is amazing.
It is. I think if it doesn't distract or take away from our game, to have that type of information live and from a player being able to play in a game, I think it's helpful for everything, for scouting, for, I would say, health reasons, for guys, conditioning. I love it, as long as it doesn't distract from the game.
That's a good point. O'Neal's check in for Utah.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
They are getting buried tonight with plays like that one, allowing too much space for a good shooter.
Back to Carter. Shoots over Clarkson. And it's Carter missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Suns trail by 14. 19 seconds left in the third. Pass to Jerome. Just 5 to shoot. Charge in the corner. Shoots over Clarkson. And the wing jumper offline. And so it's Utah, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Back to the action after this word. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Quinn Snyder.
Our activity defensively has been...
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Moutier out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Niang in at the 4 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Moutier from 13 feet. It goes down. Moutier's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for Utah. Suns trail by 16. Here is Carter. Dishes it to Ayton. Over Gobert. And Ayton the bucket on the assist from Carter.
And this is where Ayton does the most damage. Inside, feels like he can score on anyone.
Fires from 14. Yep, that one goes. And the Jazz lead by 16.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed.
Kaminsky finds Booker. Here's Ayton. Gobert with the defensive effort.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
That one, no good. Good D by Booker. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Phoenix. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Now, here is O'Neal. Niang picks to Moutier. O'Neal with it. Back to Moutier. Clarkson on the wing. Here's Niang. That one a little long. Suns trail by 16. Oh, Ayton in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
I love the play call. Ayton's a well-coordinated athlete. You know he has the reach. Give him a chance to go up and get it.
Moutier against Carter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs. And when you look at Utah, this team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for O'Neal. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Mike Conley in for Moutier. Here's Niang. He's guarded by Johnson. Niang kicks to Ingles. Drills the baseline jumper. And the Jazz lead by 18.
Making plays inside the arc. Joe Ingles' shot looks pure from any distance.
1:57 left in the 4th quarter. Rubio looking it over. And there's the pass to Booker. Bridges against Ingles. No good from Booker.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
Mitchell played in with a nice touch off the glass.
I like that play by Joe Ingles. Doesn't have anything he wants, keeps the ball moving.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Utah.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
It's stolen by Johnson. It's tipped. Bridges passes to Ayton. To the right side. Rubio outside. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Bridges. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Utah ball. Substitution on the court.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 16 seconds left in the fourth. Passes to Johnson. Kicks it to Payne. Here's a Kobo. And the miss. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that wasn't. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA 2K TV.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. Welcome, everyone, to Noche NBA Payday. It is indeed, DA. Thank you. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Here we go. Taking a look at San Antonio. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason. And, of course, there's the Suns, right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And right now for Phoenix, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
All talk, no walk. Simple as that. They just don't match up with the better teams in the NBA.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Bridges, and it's Ayton in at the center position. And for San Antonio, they've got Pirtle. White is out there with DeJounte Murray. And it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 3. Now here is Pirtle. After Mikal Bridges missing his last shot. Got a piece of it. Rubio against Murray. Rubio outside. Of course, both teams battling injuries coming into this one.
Yeah, so you know what that means, Kevin. You have an opportunity, if you're a reserve, to perhaps gain some repetition in the midst of an important game. The battle, the mantra, that next man up mentality is going to be on display tonight for this team. And let's see, Kevin, do they take advantage of their opportunity?
Good things to look forward to. Here's Walker. Got a hand on it.
Boy, really tough to score on DeAndre Ayton. Such a patient shot blocker, guys.
And so it's San Antonio with it. Murray for 3.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. And so just over a minute and a half played. Passes it to Booker. Fires the 3. DeRozan with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the dunk by DeRozan.
The tremendous scoring on the move, right? Not to take anything away from that spot-up mid-range game, but DeRozan just dynamite getting to the cup.
Now, here's Rubio. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
Spurs have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And DeRozan throws it down.
That's one way to do it. DeRozan shows off his aerial skills with the firm finish.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the basket by Rubio.
Boy, after missing 3 straight, they finally get one to go down.
Bridges with the steal. Baseline J on the way. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
This guy difficult to match up with in transition because Booker can hit from anywhere on the floor.
Pirtle kicks to White. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Spurs. Gay comes in for Walker. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Derek White. Sharch is checked in for Phoenix. DeRozan lays it up off the glass. DeRozan's got 6 points.
Boy, officials say play on, even though there's contact. DeRozan, I guess they don't think he needs any help. Boy, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Perk. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. That's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And here we go. Carter heading to the hoop. Finished off the break.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
San Antonio again missing. Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint, and of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
Bellinelli gets the bucket. Suns trail by 4. Here's Jerome. The pass to Bridges. It's stolen. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Oh, Dario Saric sends it back. Go ahead, sir.
Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Phoenix.
Frank Kaminsky.
Now, here's Mills. Not a lot of room. Just 5 on the clock. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Here's Gay. 17 points for him last game against Dallas. Carter outside. The offensive rebound. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, it really helps when Dario Saric is aggressive like this. The guy makes the defender commit, and nicely done offensively.
Saric nails them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Spurs out in front. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
The people saying
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Bellinelli. Rudy Gay is out there with Tyler Zeller. And it's Mills. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. Gay with it, and it's Carter picking him up. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Suns trail by 6. And the guard, Bryn Forbes, won back-to-back state championships as a high schooler in the state of Michigan. A couple years at Cleveland State, then transferred back to the state of Michigan and played at Michigan State.
And after that time at Michigan State, he went undrafted, but Kevin really has developed into a steady rotation player in the NBA. And by the way, quite a knockdown shooter. They are just killing him on the interior.
The Suns have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Carter outside. Launches a 3. Kaminsky. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 4th rebound in this one. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Mills. San Antonio again missing. Suns trail by 6. Carter left side. Here's Jerome. No points in the game yet for him.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Here's Gay. It's deflected. And, oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. He's looking for Kaminsky and finds him. Got that bucket in no time at all. Doris, this game always evolving. Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things different.
Well, probably two guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has in his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great examples. Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Gay. Walker comes in for Marco Bellinelli. White, he's checked in for Brent Forbes. And Murray subbed in for Patty Mills. Bridges passes to Ayton. Clock at 2 from deep three-point range. That shot off. So the Spurs will take it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after each one of them.
For San Antonio, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. San Antonio making a switch here. Pirtle's checked in, and both free throws good for White.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Murray against Rubio. On the wing, Booker. Shoots. And Pirtle pulls it down. San Antonio leading by 8. Here's White. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. It'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. That one good for 2. Ayton's got his first 2 points of the night.
This guy, a relentless force on the glass. DeAndre Ayton going to work and getting the putback.
DeRozan, that's good.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Rubio dishes to Ayton. And here's Booker from the arc. Again, the miss by Booker. Here's DeRozan. Got a piece of it. And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Spurs as they end the second quarter on a 14-6 run. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. They took over in the second quarter, building their lead up to 10 points by the half and looking very much like a team that is determined to turn this game into a laugher. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Terrific half from DeMar DeRozan. He loves it.
And that...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now Johnson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Shoots from the elbow, and the basket by Rubio. Rubio's got the first basket of the third quarter for Phoenix.
Ricky Rubio makes great use of the mid-range. This is right in his comfort zone.
White, good.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
Now, here's Rubio. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Oh, Ayton in position. And Booker kicks to Bridges. There's the triple. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Inside, here's DeRozan. Rebound by the Suns.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Bridges shot, good.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And not a seasoned Doris that pops off the stanchion, but a strong rookie campaign for Mikal Bridges.
You simply can't ignore the defense he brings for this team. Very refined for his experience level. Teams would love to see him grow into a third option on the offensive end with this roster. Let's see if that happens.
Rubio looking around. Pass to Ayton. Shot clock at 6. The Suns need to get a shot off. Good work there as it goes.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Birtle, the pass to Walker. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
A different look now for San Antonio. Rudy Gay's checked in for DeRozan. Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And the Suns here with a different look. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Kaminsky comes in for Johnson. Sharge checked in for Bridges. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. And finished off by Gay.
And Gay, such a terrific athlete, outstanding at rising up and just bringing the hammer.
Here's Forbes. That 3 off the mark. Suns trail by 11. With 3, Booker. Forbes with the rebound.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
And he makes that one. That's 7 points for Walker.
Well, what a terrific possession. Attack in the painted area.
And Booker kicks to Sharge. Carter outside. To end the run. No good off the back of the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Shots good by Mills. Mills has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Birtle with the ball. Now guarded by Sharge. Here's Forbes. Buries the corner 3. Forbes has got 5 now.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Booker left side. He kicks it to Kaminsky. Sharge against Walker. Sharge passes to Carter. Here's Kaminsky. And Pirtle sends it back.
Active defense from Jakob Pirtle. That's the key. When he stays active and alert, blocks are going to be there for him.
The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0". And that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
Gallinelli, he's checked in for the Spurs. And then for Phoenix, Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Johnson comes in for Kaminsky. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Carter.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Shots good by Mills.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we've got a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Rudy Gay, Murray out there with Derek White. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Pirtle in its center. That's the San Antonio 5. Booker dishes to Rubio. Johnson kicks to Booker. Shoots over White. Rebound San Antonio. Pirtle's got his fourth rebound in this one. White finds DeRozan. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Johnson and White with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White. White against Booker. Looking to get it going. He squares up and sinks it. Booker's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Suns. Of course, you and I were just talking about this as more and more players are going public with their trade requests. Do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on.
Just terrific communication between teammates. DeRozan times his leap to perfection, and the pass was perfect.
Poked away. And here is Johnson. Booker with no one around. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. And now the Suns, a fast break. And yes, it's good. 6 points for DeAndre Ayton.
Well, this guy is so good in transition situations. DeAndre Ayton runs the floor like a deer.
To the inside, and stolen by Ayton. And now the Suns, a fast break. Here's Rubio. Off target from three-point range.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Well, tremendous effort, tremendous timing, the ability to alter shots on the perimeter. That was beautiful.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Walker's checked in for the Spurs. Booker looking around. Knocks down the three ball. Booker's got 5 points now this quarter.
Quality decision-making off that pick and roll. Booker just taking what the defense gives him.
And he gets it to go.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
Sharch checked in for the Suns. DeRozan's shot is off. So it's Rubio bringing it up for Phoenix. And Derek White picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for San Antonio.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Jakob Poeltl.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shots good by Mills.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Count it.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and Slam.
In your face.
You play 2K.
All the time.
You act.
Yeah.
The Kings as they came through the tunnel earlier on. Get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Kings. They would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And checking out Phoenix, just a few spots below there.
And checking out Sacramento, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
Yeah, they're kind of in that caught in the middle type group. You know what I mean? You wonder if they need a personnel change to get over the hump.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the 3 slot. And for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Ialica is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Holmes in at the center position. Barnes finds Fox. Here's Holmes. Sacramento moving it around. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. And Holmes throws it down.
Passes like that help develop team chemistry. And Bogdanovich, I love the display of unselfishness.
To the wing on the left. Barnes against Bridges. Rebounded by Holmes. And so Fox will bring it up for Sacramento.
Well, the new arena for the Kings looks amazing, C-Webb. Just how much has this meant to the city?
Oh, it means so much to the city, GA. I mean, ownership has been wonderful. It keeps the team here long-term. It's revitalized the whole downtown. And Sacramento is a city that has thrived with the addition of this arena.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
Rubio taking his time here. Johnson, the pass to Booker. Clock at 6. With the floater. Goes back up. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Deflects the pass, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Rubio.
I don't think that was a pass he should make. Too many things can go wrong. I mean, they're lucky to keep possession.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Fox against Rubio. Fox passes to Holmes. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing it, adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games.
Very interesting. Now, here's Fox after the miss from Ricky Rubio. Ialica passes to Holmes, and he banks in the layup. Holmes got 8 points.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Rubio against Fox. And Rubio kicks to Bridges. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Looking to end the run. Connects. The jumper drops.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Well, now that they have that monkey off their back, hopefully they can settle down and execute.
Now, here's Fox, who's coming off a 28-point game against New Orleans.
And they kept fouling him. I mean, it only made him more aggressive. He wound up having a huge night at the free throw line.
A nice shot by Booker.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Looking at the Suns, they want to turn it around after the loss to Portland.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
They looked overmatched, GA. I thought they lacked aggressiveness and hard hopping.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Harry Giles is checked in for Bielitsa. Ken Bazemore comes in for Barnes. On the Hield, he's checked in for Bogan Bogdanovic. And it's Joseph in for Fox.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup, that'll get the whole team pumped up.
Here's Saric, and slam dunk by Saric.
I mean, dunking is simple for Sark. He just needs good position.
Joseph, the pass to Holmes. This is to Hield. Back to Giles. Bridges against Bazemore. And it's Giles missing.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And slam dunk by Saric.
Well, Kevin, he's a better athlete than some give him credit for. Sark is capable at finishing off these alley-oops.
To the paint, here's Baines. The putback. They shoot again. Misses the layup.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Suns. Aaron Baines out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Dario Saric. Then there's Carter. And it's Jerome in at the point guard. Now here is Carter after the miss from Buddy Hield. One kicks to Hield. Tries again. Giles, that's good.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Here's Jerome. Over Hield. Jerome, good. Jerome's got his first points of the night.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Pass to Giles. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Oh, no doubt that Buddy Hield can shoot with the best of them. But it's encouraging watching him share the wealth as well.
14 feet away. Jerome, no good.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
And though Chris, he's known mostly for his shooting, Buddy Hield has been improving in other areas as well.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about ball handling, playmaking. I mean, they're notably better from early in his career. He's a solid rebounder who is definitely not a weak link on the defensive side as well.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Saric looking around. Out to Carter. Three-pointer. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. Pass to Joseph. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Here's Jerome. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down. And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
Carter outside. Will it go? Nailed from three-point land. Carter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Inside, Giles. Chris, you were a tremendous passer. One of my favorites. Are there more playmaking bigs in the NBA now than back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know if there are more, but I tell you what, there are some exciting ones. And if you guys don't believe me, just turn on the TV and go watch the Nuggets play. There's a man called the Joker, Jokic. Oh, my goodness, can he pass that ball? He and Horford right now, oh, man, two of my favorite passes in the game.
And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Listen, you better know where Fox is at all times, especially in transition, where he is downright dangerous.
Now here's Booker. 29 points for him last game against Portland.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous.
Now that's team basketball. Bielitsa doing a nice job getting the ball to the open man.
Rubio against Fox. Here's Bridges. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Kings leading now by 11. 54 seconds left in the second quarter. Rubio against Fox. Giles. Rebound by the Suns. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Parker. It's good. Parker's got his second bucket of the night.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
23 seconds left in the first half of the game. Back to Rubio. Just 4 to shoot. Booker outside. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. 8 points for Devin Booker. 9 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The pass to Bielitsa. With 1 on the clock, and it's good, but hold on, the officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time.
And so it's Sacramento with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a fast pace for Sacramento at the outset. Some lights-out offense and defense on the...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Sacramento leading by 10. They've got Harrison Barnes. Fox is out there with Giles. Then it's Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Holmes in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And what just drops your jaw, Chris, with Fox is just how quick he gets up and down the floor.
Yeah, he's an absolute bullet once he gets out in transition. A good amount of his points come from just beating everyone else down the floor when he pushes the tempo.
Basket good.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive.
Good on the three-point shot. Fox has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Sacramento. Holmes finds Hield. Rejected by Booker. Rubio against Fox. Booker, right side. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Bridges. Rebound by Bielitsa. And it's Barnes with the ball for Sacramento. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. And taken away by Johnson. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Kings leading now by 11. Fox kicks to Bielitsa, and the dunk by Bielitsa.
Oh, yeah, we've seen the evolution of Fox as a passer, and with every pass like that, it's obvious how far he's come.
Rubio outside. Pass to Bridges. On the wing, Booker. 5 to shoot. Overhealed. Pass to Bridges. Here's Ayton. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Ayton's got his second basket of the game.
And these are the shots you want Ayton taking. He's just so smart on offense.
Heel dishes to Barnes. But they get it back. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Bielitsa's got the lead up to 13 now for the Kings.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Rubio against Fox. Passes it to Ayton. To the middle. Here's Johnson. And that'll be 2 free throws. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Holmes. Shot by Hield, nobody around. No good from outside.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but hasn't been successful.
And Rubio with the second chance points. Rubio's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Fox. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Offensive rebounding is all about positioning and hustle. I mean, there, Bielitsa showed exactly how you get these additional opportunities.
Now the pass to Bridges. Over Barnes. Bridges misses.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Holmes finds Fox. There's 14 seconds left in the third. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give him much of anything in the first half.
No good from Booker. Here's Hield. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Hield's got his first points in this one.
Hield is so quick on the drive, blasting through the defense, easily getting all the way to the cup.
And so it's Sacramento with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Frank Kaminsky is out there with Aaron Baines. Then there's Carter. Then there's Šarić, and it's Jerome in at the 1. Bazemore passes to Len. It's deflected.
And despite the short wingspan for a big man, Kaminsky with the height and timing to steal block shots.
Offensive rebound. Booker trying to free himself up. Len's shot is off.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Outside Carter. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. And so it's Parker with it. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the fourth of this 5-game homestand.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
It's good to see Parker looking to score, being opportunistic. He's making the defense act.
And some changes here for the Kings. Harrison Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Fox in for Joseph. And the Suns also making a change. Booker's checked in. Scooped up. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Phoenix. On Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves, all by himself. Here's Baines. No good on that one. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Parker passes to Len, and it's good on the assist by Parker. And the Kings lead by 21.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Parker.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
And the Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in. Carter looking around, kicks it to Bridges. Over Parker. Bridges shot, good.
Even a blind squirrel finds an acorn once in a while, right? I did not think that was good.
Fox against Carter. Fox dishes the land. The creation of the super teams, Chris, is enough being done to ensure a competitive balance in the NBA.
I think so. I think that every year you're going to have to evolve in trying to do enough and to see what happened the previous year. But yeah, and the fact remains, though, Kevin, is, you know, I like working with you. You're my friend. I would go work with you. And in basketball, you want to go play with your friends.
Same
so
stuff, yeah.
How do you stop that?
Right.
I don't know. When guys get to hang out in the summer and say, wouldn't it be cool if we got to play together, our kids would play together, and we could win one? That's going to be hard to deter. So I just think it's about how strong the will of the friends are, and more importantly, what is the league doing to kind of not necessarily give as much incentive to do that, but I think the league is doing a great job staying proactive, giving guys a lot of incentive, a lot of reason, a lot of dinero to stay at home with the team.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
No good from Booker.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
But we've seen more of this recently from Fox, a confident, efficient offensive player who looks to score often.
Pass to Booker. And along with the association, we've seen the growth of the G League, the WNBA, the 2K League. Chris, which of those have you followed the most?
Well, first let me say I should have been drafted by the 2K League because I'm really nice. Matter of fact, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I will beat you in the game that I'm talking on right now. But secondly,
I know you will.
I love the WNBA, from Lisa Leslie to Cheryl Swoops to my girl Candace Parker. Are you kidding me? The skill set of these ladies, oh, they have game. And I can't say I follow one the most, because even the G League and their all-star game I follow. Right now it's a great time for hoops, and all three of these leagues I'm in on.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Now, that's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Drops in the tray.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Rubio against Fox. Over Rubio. Fox, no good. Sharge outside. Over Bogdanovich. The shot by Sharge, no good. Fox with it. From deep. Off target. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. And the outcome of it. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it.
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke.
That's a great look at our location tonight. The home of the Suns here in downtown Phoenix. And let's go straight. Well, you're right, D.A. A big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Ayton.
And guys, I think he's starting to feel the wear and tear of the season a little bit. That comes across in his rebounding numbers. They've dropped off this month. He needs that second win, and no doubt he'll get it soon.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the 3. 6 to shoot. The 15-footer. They get it back. And the basket by Johnson.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it will be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
O'Neal gets to Conley. 9 feet out. Here's Gobert. And stolen by Ayton. Bridges with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Here's Booker. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on the Tona court for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
Rubio, the pass to Bridges. Pass to Johnson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Conley. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Lest us not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Passes it to Booker. Pass to Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. The 15-footer, and the Suns tack on 2 more.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. Fast break, here come the Suns. That's good from Booker on the assist by Rubio. Booker's got 6.
Booker with quickness in transition. A guy with that kind of shot getting loose out in the break, that could be trouble.
Mitchell, and it's blocked. Bridges with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
1:37 left in the first quarter. Conley against Rubio. 9 feet out. The putback, and so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Booker? Averaging around 26 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he is in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Clarkson pitch to Mudiay. Left side, Davis. Back to Mudiay. Here's Niang, defended by Bridges. And it's slammed in by Davis.
That's the energy Ed Davis needs to play with consistently. Big-time finish on the rebound.
Now, here's Bridges. Defense right on him. Booker against Clarkson. A nice shot by Booker.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Here's Clarkson. Gobert, no good on the shot. Now the Suns take it the other way. Last time they met was in Utah, where they beat the Jazz.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
The second unit came in last game and just played lights out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
And you can't be careless around Sarge. When he's on you, he is looking to send that one back.
And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. It'll count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Suns lead by 13. The second quarter coming up. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder is quickly...
You're really key to have a coach like that.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And guys, the Suns pretty much in control here.
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
No, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
And so in the game for the Jazz, Davis is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Emmanuel Mudiay. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Niang in at the 3 slot. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Phoenix. Makes it off the glass.
I know they're trying to be physical with Mudiay out there, but he's okay with that. Buries it nonetheless. Every shot in his arsenal, Devin Booker, is pretty impressive. He can shoot it from deep. He moves well without the basketball. He can create with others. He is a young offensive force and is an interesting player to watch in terms of what develops next.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him. Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Brent, with Booker, the ball handling and creativity he has puts him among the elite guards in the league.
You wonder if Phoenix can find a way to get some more talent around Devin Booker. What happens when all of the attention is not on him? He's already proven he's a great scorer. Where else can he go?
Johnson, he's checked in for Devin Booker. And Utah with a change here, too. Ingles is checked in. Jazz trail by 14. Down low. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. Take a look at the Jazz. They've had a great season, and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And checking out Phoenix. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
Well, right now for the Suns, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players to possibly coaches, maybe every level of the organization.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Jazz. They trail by 14. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Ayton, he's checked in for Phoenix. Then for the Jazz, Royce O'Neal's checked in for George Niang. Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Emmanuel Mudiay.
Nice finish off the pick and roll by Davis, using his length and athleticism to full advantage.
Suns leading by 12. Carter with the three, cranes the three-pointer. Carter's got 5 points in the quarter. You know, Brett, there may be more of an emphasis on team defense than ever before. Who are some of the better help defenders that you've scouted in the NBA?
I put Rudy Gobert #1 on this list because when you think about help defense, usually you're yelling it from the perimeter. And the reason that you're yelling at, Kevin, is that the player that you were trying to instruct or move a certain way has gotten by you. And the help call out is for somebody to be at the basket. Rudy Gobert does that better than anybody in the league. That's why the Utah Jazz have a chance to grow and go deeper into the playoffs. They got a back line of defense, and Gobert is pretty tremendous.
You love the guys, and Beverly might be in this category, and Smart might be in this category. They can guard down low. They give a little hedge out top, and then get back down again where they're supposed to be.
Well, those guys do a great job of harassing out there, Kevin.
Yes,
So it's a little bit different in terms of help defense, on-ball defense, the way that Beverly and Marcus Smart and Paul George to that end are able to pester guys. That's one thing, but I'm yelling help because something's gone terribly wrong. Give me Gobert to fix that.
And Phoenix making a change here. Bridges checks in. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Trying to get open is Davis, and Conley gets it to go. The assist by Davis. Conley's got his first basket of the night.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's foul number 2 for him. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. And the pass to Rubio. Back to Baines. Another shot to the left side wing. His first shot coming late. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Jazz trail by 13. From deep, Ingles. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Ingles has got his second basket of the night.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Carter with the three. It's good from long range. Carter's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Suns.
This story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Now Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Just 5 on the clock. Bridges with the steal. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Bucket is good.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Carter against Mitchell. He kicks it to O'Neal. Conley for 3. And Baines pulls it down. Phoenix leading by 15. Oh, Ayton in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Just great hands for Ayton to time that one.
The Jazz have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Conley against Rubio. Off the left rim and out. Carter looking around. Gets it off. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the feet. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Devin Booker putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 15 points and 2. That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Booker draws the double. And Ayton the bucket on the assist by Booker. 6 points for DeAndre Ayton.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Rubio finds Johnson. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Suns lead by 19.
Ayton's so big inside, he turns a miss into an opportunity.
Here's Mitchell. Banked in off the glass. Mitchell's got his second basket of the night.
And it's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Booker in the post. Covered by Mitchell. Pulls up from the corner, and the Suns tack on 2 more.
Huge night for Booker, and reminiscent maybe of the night in Boston, Kevin, maybe.
Conley dishes to Gobert. Fires the 3, and the Jazz another 3.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Mitchell against Booker. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Suns lead by 16.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Mitchell passes to O'Neal. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots from 12. That one off the back iron and out. Suns leading by 16. Here's Booker. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And Devin Booker showing a nice touch around the rim.
Here's Mitchell. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one.
Their third three-pointer in a row. And already over a decade in the league for Mike Conley. He never got past the numbers game to make the All-Star team in the crowded Western Conference, but make no mistake about it, Conley is star caliber.
Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Mitchell against Booker. Now, here's Mitchell. D right on him. Mitchell is double. A steal. One-on-one fast break. Throws it up high. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Jerome. Dishes it to Booker. Kaminsky up top. A rebound by the Jazz.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Phoenix looking at a 13-point. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So on the floor for Utah, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Clarkson is out there with Emmanuel Mudiay, and it's O'Neal in at the small forward, but they recover it.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
The 17-footer tips it. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin. Finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And the call will be against Emmanuel Mudiay. That's his first foul. And the Jazz with some changes. Mitchell, he's checked in for Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Mudiay. Carter against Mitchell. Offensive rebound.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Here's Ingles. Plays it up and banks it in.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And Rubio kicks to Ayton. Back to Rubio. There's the three. Utah with the rebound. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Mitchell up top, defended by Carter. Mitchell passes to Conley. Shoots over Rubio. Gobert. And there's Gobert, putting it right back in. Gobert's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Utah.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Carter on the wing. Covered by Mitchell. Back to Baines. O'Neal against Bridges. And again, it's the Suns missing. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Jazz. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
Well, they stacked up everything to get to this point. Now they have to shift into overdrive.
Jazz passing it around, and the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Carter against Mitchell. Carter dishes to Bridges. Passes to Ayton. A reverse. And it's Baines missing.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Good on the bucket. And now just a 5-point Suns lead.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight. Taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
Here's Carter. Baines passes to Ayton, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. See what they can do, Kevin.
Booker looking around. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Suns lead by 9.
And the anticipation of Saric, outstanding at staying engaged and just eating up those rebounds.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the left wing. Now here's Ayton. He's covered closely. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now an 11-point Phoenix lead.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A confident win and one where they clearly
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right here.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA Basketball. And here's a look at some numbers for Ayton.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Murray out there with White. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 3 spot. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Ayton is out there with Johnson, and it's Bridges in at the small forward. So the San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Rubio, and Poeltl sends it back. Here's Walker. The second chance effort, off on the layup. Booker looking around, and DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Now here's Ayton. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. Bridges inside the three-point line. Aren't some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the move, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right. And here is Murray after Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep. Rubio, the pass to Ayton. Finished off the break.
And right there, Rubio doing what he does, seeing the floor, exploring the defense, finding the open man, and getting him the ball.
Now here's Murray. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game, and it's good for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Rubio misses.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Murray. And Murray with the second chance points. Murray's got his third basket of the night.
And you know what, guys? Given his wingspan and vertical, Murray is a threat on the offensive glass. And boy, do I love his energy.
Back to Rubio. Fires, high post, the putback, and Ayton stays with it. Ayton's got his second bucket of the night.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. A different look now for San Antonio. Gay comes in for Walker. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Derek White.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And the Spurs with some changes. Zeller, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. And it's Mills in for Murray. And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
San Antonio makes it.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
Put that one on the highlight reel. Gay throwing it down with authority.
And slam dunk by Saric.
Nice extension that time by Dario Saric throwing down that alley-oop.
Here's Bellinelli. Bridges with the board.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And slam dunk by Saric.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Bellinelli passes to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
Nice ball movement on display there. Bellinelli, a decent passer, capable of connecting well with his teammates.
Pass to Baines. That's tipped. Here's Forbes, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Nice to see him playing at a high rate of speed there, getting up and down the floor quickly. Early offense for Forbes.
Out to Carter. Pass to Jerome. The feed to Baines. Shot clock at 5. Goes up on the wing. Jerome, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here is Carter. Takes the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. And here's Mills from the arc. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for San Antonio.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for San Antonio, Bellinelli is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Mills. Then it's Tyler Zeller. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. Carter dishes to Kaminsky. He kicks it to Saric. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Jerome passes to Carter. Shot clock at 6. Over Zeller. They get the rebound. Kaminsky dishes to Saric. Over Bellinelli. It's stolen by Bellinelli. In transition, here come the Spurs. Mills has got the ball. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Mills has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And stolen by Zeller. Here's Bellinelli. Some solid defense from Saric.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop. And, you know, guys, the Spurs team dinners, the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie is probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Derek White's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills.
And when Pirtle sees a guy on his team open, he finds him right away, whipping that pass there directly.
Suns trail by 6. But the act of sitting down to a meal. As a team, it brings people together.
It really does, guys. I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding. And sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink. There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
To the inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Pirtle's got his first bucket in this one.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Johnson's shot is off. So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to the Trailblazers. White. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. So it's Rubio bringing it up for Phoenix. Trailing here by 8. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their point.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Booker against White. Here's Rubio. Good. A nice assist from Booker.
You got to like what Rubio does here. I mean, working his magic in the painted area.
White the pass to Pirtle. Over Ayton. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got the lead up to 8 now for the Spurs.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And here's Booker from the arc. Cans it from downtown. Booker's got 6 points.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing. The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
You can't just heave it, though. I mean, it's got to be a quality shot.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
Ayton banked in off the glass. 8 points for him.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Spurs have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Saric comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Bridges, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
There's 10 seconds left now here in the second. And here's Mills. From deep 3-point range, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's San Antonio.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. They took over in the second. And that'll about...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been quite a game for DeJounte Murray.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
DeJounte Murray played just 1 season at the University of Washington. He grew up in Seattle and went to Rainier Beach High School. It's actually the same high school that produced Jamal Crawford. And as a matter of fact, a lot of good players have come out of the Emerald City.
Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And that one, good. Johnson's got his second basket of the night. And in Seattle, Murray recognized from a young age as a potential pro.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can identify those especially talented players, and his nickname was Baby Boy. And how about this, Kevin? Jamal Crawford has mentored DeJounte since the 6th grade. Those guys have exchanged text messages throughout that time. Jay Crossover, one of my favorites, on and off the court in the league, really has helped keep Murray on the right track.
Suns trail by 14. Ayton in the corner. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. 2 points. That one goes. Johnson's got 6 points.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Here's White. It's blocked.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for the Spurs. And Murray, here we go. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
Bridges kicks to Booker. Just 5 to shoot over Bellinelli. No good from Booker.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
DeRozan, it's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Pass to Booker. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. No good with the triple. San Antonio leading by 16. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. That one goes. Count it. DeRozan's got 6 here in this quarter.
DeRozan still an elite scorer in this league and relentless in attacking the basket.
And DeRozan throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And so it's San Antonio with it. The Spurs have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Johnson with the block. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Ayton dishes to Johnson. Now the pass to Booker. The Suns need to get a shot off. And it's Ayton missing.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Ayton against DeRozan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
The Spurs making a switch here. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Perk. Gay comes in for Lonnie Walker. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's Mills in for Murray. They need this. Kicks to Bridges. Pass to Baines. Launches it. Phoenix, no good that time either.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball. Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for Phoenix. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Medu, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Carter outside. And the layup is good. Carter's got 5 points so far.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Now Mills. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. But they'll get another chance. Here is Forbes. Good if it goes. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's San Antonio holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Spurs, Rudy Gay is out there at DeRozan. Then it's White, then it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the 2. And San Antonio has possession. Spurs leading by 22. Right side, White. He feeds it to DeRozan, and it's blocked.
This is exactly what they want from Charlotte. I mean, more aggression on the defensive end, and he gets himself in position there and makes a play.
Mills with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Clark, what would your dream backcourt look like? If you were going to design one, what would it look like?
Well, they'd have good size and athleticism, somewhere in that 6'3" to 6'6" range, and the ability to make plays for themselves and others, and also be very solid at the defensive end. You know, you think about some guys that would fit that bill. I look at a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, who really gives it to you in multiple ways as a backcourt player. And I like the scoring of Damian Lillard.
Agreed. Inside, White, good.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Outside, Carter got a piece of it. It's stolen by DeRozan. Mills passes to DeRozan. Finished off the break. DeRozan's got 16 here in the second half. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for San Antonio.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Gay finds White. And it's off from three-point range. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. No one near him. Phoenix, no good that time either.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Forbes can't get it to go.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Carter. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Over in the corner, White. Back to Mills. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. It's DeRozan with the drive. Saric grabs the board.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such
big time throwdown with flavor.
That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish. And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
And no doubt about it, in order for them to be successful, he has got to be a catalyst when it comes to scoring.
And Booker kicks to Saric. Passes it to Baines. Booker against White. Saric outside. Clock at 6 from the wing. He can't get that one to fall. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. DeRozan with it. Now guarded by Booker. And it's DeRozan missing. The Suns shooting pretty good tonight at 48%.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Spurs.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And not just a win tonight, guys, but a win on the season series as well, as they finish with 3 out of 4 games against this opponent.
And Greg, this gives them some gloating room, if you will. It's a special win because now they'll finish 3-1 against it.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for DeMar DeRozan.
Well, I like the ferocity on defense now. He was constantly putting himself in the path of steals and coming up with them, too.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And again, it's the Suns missing.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
And that one falls for Johnson. And Johnson drops them both. Murray with it. Over in the corner, White. Stolen. Fast break, here come the Suns. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And Murray, here we go. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A resounding victory. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K TV and NBA 2K21, where everything is game. We're going to have interviews.
Coming right up. Welcome, everyone. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Ayton.
And guys, I think he's starting to feel the wear and tear of the season a little bit. That comes across in his rebounding numbers. They've dropped off this month. He needs that second win, and no doubt he'll get it soon.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Holmes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the 3 spot. The 3 from Barnes drills it from outside. A lot of opinion stores on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you in your voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things. There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. We play just over a minute here in the first. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Kings moving the ball around. Fox, no good. The Suns have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Goes up the baseline. That's good from Booker on the assist by Ayton.
Well, just such a crafty offensive talent. Devin Booker working the mid-range. What doesn't he do?
Fox finds Holmes. It's tipped, and they'll keep possession. The 3 from Barnes. That shot off. And Phoenix the other way now. For 3, Bridges. Rebounded by Holmes. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Fox gets it to go.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. That has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Here is Rubio after the basket by De'Aaron Fox. The pass to Bridges. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Bielitsa. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
How about the awareness there from Fox? You got to love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
One-on-one fast break. Here's Bogdanovich. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now, here's Bridges. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Booker against Bogdanovich. 5 on the clock. And Rubio kicks to Booker. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Some changes for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Sharch comes in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. And then for Sacramento, Alex Len's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Hield comes in for Bogan Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. Suns trail by 7.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
Joseph down low. Carter on him. Here's Len, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Outside Carter. It's not going to go for him. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last, Doris, in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
Looking at the Suns, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. Barnes finds Bielitsa. Back to Len. And the dunk by Len.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Here's Saric. Count it. Good.
That's what you call getting to the right spot at the right time. Tremendous awareness from Dario Saric.
And some changes here for the Kings. Giles checked in for Len. Jabari Parker comes in for Bielitsa. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Barnes. That one misses from Saric. Kings leading now by 11. To the middle. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Jerome. From outside, off the mark. Healed from outside. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Sacramento holding on to an 11. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And guys, we've seen the Kings really take control here.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Parker out there with Giles, and it's Bazemore at the small forward position.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
Hield, the pass to Parker. And too long on the shot. Suns trail by 9. This one for 3. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Kaminsky. Carter's got 5.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Carter against Joseph. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Now, Corey Joseph does not lack for confidence on the interior. Don't let the size fool you. The frame, the game, it's all there.
And Saric kicks to Carter. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless, but who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. And this is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. Here is Carter. Sacramento making their last shot, and it's out of bounds. Well, they say it was last touched by Carter.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Ricky Rubio checked in for the Suns. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Sacramento. Giles, that's good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Rubio, the pass to Kaminsky. Rebound by the Kings. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And the Suns making a change here. Booker's checked in. Then for the Kings, Len comes in for Giles. And it's Rashawn Holmes in for Jabari Parker. Now here's Johnson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Back to Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. Booker in the corner. And stolen by Bogdanovich. It's Fox with the drive. Kicks it to Len. Over Ayton. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. Trailing by 13. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, Greg, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
Now Fox, after Mikal Bridges missing on that last three-pointer, bangs home the trifecta. Fox has got 7.
You get the sense Fox just improving with each game in terms of his pick and roll play, figuring out his angles, knowing when to pull and when to try to split or turn the corner.
Takes it out to Booker. Shot clock at 6. Over Bogdanovich. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. To the paint, here's Fox. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. And it's 9 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Booker looking around. Pass to Bridges. Puts up a 3. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Here's Ayton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And all the tools that made DeAndre Ayton the top pick in the 2018 draft already, Doris, on display at the start of his NBA career.
You know what, Kevin? People wanted to knock DeAndre Ayton for his defense, which wasn't horrific. But they forgot about all the things he can do. Let's remember, he's a great screener in the pick and roll. He can shoot from range. He's got incredible instincts with an incredible physicality to his game. Don't talk about the defense. Ayton too good on the offensive end.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Passes it to Len. Now, here's Bjelica, and the shot is good.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Rubio with it. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They are in blowout territory. Thanks for joining us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the center position. Bridges kept alive. And Ayton throws it down.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton's so good at using his physical advantages.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
The pass to Bjelica. Bogdanovich wide open. Again, Sacramento.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Booker outside. He dishes it to Johnson. Rubio outside. 6 to shoot. Doesn't go for him. And the Kings going the other way now. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Fox, no good. For Phoenix, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And stolen by Bielitsa. And it's Fox with the jam.
I think it's fair to say that Fox is in the zone right now. An exciting player to watch. I just love seeing how he can take over a game with his aggressiveness.
Doris, do you think it's more challenging for superstars in smaller markets, mid-sized markets?
You know, this is such an interesting debate in a world that has become, because of social media, so much smaller. You know, I do think that certain larger markets, LA, New York, can be a blessing and a curse. It does still feel like that media scrutiny is a little bit larger. When things are going well, it's the best thing in the world. When things aren't going so well, boy, those day-by-day question after question can probably become pretty tedious.
Here is Carter. Jabari Parker making his last shot. Jerome passes to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. It's stolen by Hield. For the 3. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. And look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Rubio.
And you can see how much he's improved as a distributor over the past few years. He takes a lot of pride in his passing. Keeping his teammates involved and being a creator out there is really important.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Harry Giles. That is his first foul of the game. Sharge checked in for Johnson. The Kings also at the sub. Joseph's checked in. Here's Baines. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Carter for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kings leading now by 21. Down low. Giles the pass to Parker. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Parker's got 6 points.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Sharge has the open look. It's hauled in by the Kings.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Baines dishes to Carter. Fires from deep. Rebound by Parker. And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the King. From deep. Outside, Joseph. Hield against Carter. Second shot opportunity. No good that time. The Suns go the other way with it.
Credit the defense right there. They have not allowed this guy to get going at all in this period.
Hield kicks to Giles. From outside the arc. Again, Hield missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
Really good job to block out there. This is why you want to go put a body on someone when the shot goes up.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for Phoenix. Sacramento also making some changes. Alex Len's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Fox in for Corey Joseph. Hield against Booker. Kaminsky the pass to Booker. Makes it off the glass. He's got 6.
Look, guys, what a terrific feel for the young Booker. Knows exactly how to take what the defense gives him.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Out to Carter. Over to the left wing. From 17 feet out. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
From deep three-point range, and no good. And so it's Sacramento riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the act. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for Sacramento, Hield and Barnes are the 2 and the 3. Rashawn Holmes out there with Len, and it's Fox in at the 1. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Outside, Fox hits the three-point bomb.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Booker against Hield. Pass to Ayton. Lobbed up there for Booker.
Well, this is a multi-skilled big man. DeAndre Ayton's passing better than you think it is.
Fox against Rubio. Fox looking it over. At the elbow, it's Hield. To the inside. Holmes finds Barnes. Up again. And another shot. Over Bridges. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty.
Well, this has not been his finest hour. But give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Phoenix. Sacramento also making some changes. Bielitsa comes in for Alex Len, and it's Bogdanovich in for Buddy Hield. And the basket by Rubio.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Sacramento moving it around. Fox, no good. Suns trail by 19. Johnson right side. Over Barnes. Booker. It's good on the putback.
After taking some time to find his rhythm, he's been unstoppable since the break.
Barnes passes to Bielitsa. Got a hand on it.
Outstanding shot blocker. DeAndre Ayton off his feet in a hurry to send it back.
Here's Rubio. Inside, Ayton, and that one good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Pass to Holmes, and stolen by Ayton. And stolen by Barnes. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Here's Holmes. Kept alive by Sacramento, and it's Barnes on the follow. And the Kings lead by 17.
Well, for some reason, no one accounting for Barnes on the offensive glass, and that cost them.
With the putback, and Ayton stays with it.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Barnes kicks to Fox. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Bangs home the trifecta. Fox has got 6 in the quarter.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Kings.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for De'Aaron Fox.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball call.
Knocked away. And here are the Suns now. Baseline try. That one rolling around and rims out. Lets it go from deep. And another 3 for Sacramento.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork, GA. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Here's Ayton. No good. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and down. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.